All right, so Scott has cored all of the tomatoes. Did you put an X on the bottom of them too, or no?
No, you have to with the corn.
All right, so then he cored all the tomatoes. There's more, but I'll just show you these that he cored. He's got them in water that he is boiling them so he can get the skins off. How long do you leave them in the water for, Scott?
3 minutes.
3
When
minutes.
you see them crack like this.
When you see them crack, we're taking them out. And then he's got an ice bath.
Fly right out.
More tomatoes, cored, ready to go into the hot water. So after 3 minutes, the tomatoes are getting put into an ice bath so that they are easier to peel. Scott does save the peels to dehydrate them and then make them into a powder, and then you can make tomato paste with those. Or use it for your Bloody Marys. Okay, so these are all of the tomatoes that have been peeled and, well, put into an ice bath. So Scott is going to hand squish these down to get the seeds out of them, right?
No, just squish it down and squish it down.
Just to oh, he's not
Yeah.
removing the seeds.
Yeah,
Sorry,
not
I'm
putting
used to
salt
sauce. But he's making stewed tomatoes, so he doesn't care if the seeds stay. That's why he's doing this, because this is a little bit easier recipe for us to do. And then in here, he just has finely chopped celery, onions, garlic
Some bay leaves.
and bay leaves. Well, how many onions and celery do you have in
There was
here?
about 6 various sized onions that we had, and about half a bunch of celery.
Yeah, so half a bunch of celery, six onions,
Yeah,
you
6
said?
onions.
And there's 2 bay leaves and a couple cloves of garlic in there.
6.
6 cloves of garlic. So he's just going to... What are we doing after this?
I'm mashing this up by hand, and then I'm adding that, and then it's going to sit and cook for an hour.
And then we're going to let it simmer for an hour. All right. He'll show you how he squishes. He's just going to squish them down. That's it. He's just going to take and just...
You could probably just throw an emulsion blender in there, but there's a lot here. So it's just easier, and it looks more handmade if you just squish them.
Besides that, we like part of the chunks of the
Yeah.
tomato, too.
Right.
So
Yeah, and there's
emulsion blender is really going to blend it
Yeah.
up. So we're just going to, just squish the
Squish it.
tomatoes down and then throw all the goodness in, all of this in there, and then let it cook for an hour.
Yep, and salt and
So-
pepper to taste.
Yep, just use your hand, get them squished down, and we're just going to do some stewed tomatoes with all that goodness. Instead of letting them go to waste, you got some tomatoes that you can get for a good price.
And they got all
Fast,
these skins.
easy way. Yep, then he has all the skins.
I'm going to let them dry, and then put them on a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, put them in the oven at about 250 till they're done, probably a couple hours. They dehydrate, and then you put them in a food processor, turn them into powder.
There you go. And then we can make paste or use that.
Paste or whatever you want to enhance tomato flavor with.
Yep, there you go. All right, so we'll come back when this has all been processed. So Scott is just going to add some salt and pepper to our big pot of tomatoes. And we're going to let this cook for an hour. So our stuff has been cooking for an hour. Scott's got all of his glass jars out here. You put these in hot water, didn't
Yes,
you?
oh yeah,
Yes.
they've already been baked.
Yep. So they've already been sterilized, and he is just going to get the stewed tomatoes in the jars, and he's going to fill them up to just like a
about-
1/4 inch.
Yeah, that's about, I have on this thing, that's about right there.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
go to the next
And then
one.
we're going to clean the
Yeah,
lid.
I will when I get them all
Yep,
done.
when he gets them all done, then he's going to clean the lids, and then we're going to process them for
15 to 20 minutes
15 to 20 minutes in the
in the hot bath
hot
right here.
bath of water. So we're going to get these jars filled, and then we'll come back and process them.
Ready?
Yep. So we're just going to wipe the rims to make sure that they're clean so that we can get a good clean seal on our cans here, jars. And then we are going to put a teaspoon of lemon juice in each one of these jars, just because
Yeah, do a half teaspoon.
acid in the tomatoes nowadays isn't as high as it used to be. We don't want nobody to get sick. So a good way to prevent botulism is, well, we're putting a half a teaspoon in each one of the jars. So Scott's just going to measure out a half a teaspoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice. We're just going to make sure that we up the acid content into our tomato mixture.
It doesn't alter the flavor at all.
Nope, just some fresh lemon juice. And then we are going to process the cans. Okay, so we've got our lids and our rings that we've sterilized in some water here. And we're just going to set them on. We try not to like touch it as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we
just
just
touching
kind
the
of like,
top, so it's
yep,
not a big deal. Putting the rim.
yep. So we're just getting all the lids on there. And then we're going to put a ring on, but just not have it real tight. Yeah, it's boiling water, honey. So we're just going to get these together, and then we'll get them in the water. Rings going on. You just do not want to tighten those rings real tight. You just put them on loose.
Well, you want them snug when you put them in the water.
Yeah, but you don't want them tight.
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I think it does.
And I've been doing it wrong for a long, long time.
Well, you're not supposed to put them on snug so that the air can come out.
Oh, they're not that tight.
No, that's what I mean. You don't want them like wrenched on.
No, you just want
Yeah.
them so you don't. So
Yeah,
you don't see
you
all
don't
your
want
stuff
water.
floating to the
Yeah,
top.
you don't want water flowing to the top, but you just don't want them like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. To clarify, you just don't want to wrench the tops down. You just put them on so that they're just fit on there. Like that's
Put 'em
it.
in tight.
Yeah. Just don't want to wrench them on. That's it. All right. Getting the
Just gotta make
these
sure.
are quart size, right? Yeah,
Yes.
those are quarts. Going into the water.
Just gotta make sure the
Getting
water
in the
goes
hot
over-
tub. The hot tub.
Make sure the water goes over the caps.
Yeah. Getting in the water. You know, James Brown used to sing, "Hi."
Was Eddie Murphy doing James Brown?
Yeah. Hi. All right. Make sure your caps are under the water. In the water. And then we will start our process.